Salute to the family. Salute to the chat. We are in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, while you guys coming on in, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it.
That's right, kids. You can be a
Black Americans do not know how to resolve basic conflicts.
Being a is an easy way to secure a bag. It's the oldest hustle in the book. Trade your people's dignity for a seat at the table, even if that seat is just for show. And in a media landscape where white comfort is currency, nothing pays better than telling racist white folks exactly what they want to hear and showing them exactly what they want to see.
I want to tell every single African American person that's watching this video, you are not oppressed. Do not believe the lie. You are not a victim. You are a victor.
And that's why it's important to be precise here, because it isn't just an insult we throw at another black person we don't like or disagree with. It has a very specific meaning. Is a black person who deliberately performs or promotes harmful stereotypes about their own community, not out of ignorance or passivity, but as a deliberate act to gain approval, protection, or profit from white audiences and institutions. It doesn't matter the decade or the time period. White institutions reward it, white audiences eat it up, and the system is built to amplify it. It's effective because it props up the same lies that keep racism alive, validating and entertaining racism while reassuring those in power that nothing really needs to change.
Let freedom ring from every hill and every molehill in Mississippi, from every state, every city, every village, and every hamlet. And when we let freedom ring, we will be able to speed up that day for all of your children.
That's why racism exists, so will it. But that's what simultaneously makes it so dangerous. Because every time a tap dances and performs, it doesn't just reflect on them, it reflects on all of us. Their words and actions become ammunition, recycled as proof that racism is exaggerated or that black struggle is self-inflicted. And since so much of depends on white approval, it almost always gravitates towards conservatism. The politics most invested in pretending racism is over and inequality is...
You know that white supremacy and white nationalism is ranks nowhere near the top of the issues that are facing black America. And the reason that you are bringing them up in this room is because it is attempt to make the election all about race as the Democrats...
Not in my case. That's what makes a so valuable to white audiences. They get to see a black face echo their talking points back at them, wrapping white comfort in black credibility. The more that caricature circulates, the more it solidifies until it hardens into policy, into prejudice, and into everyday justifications for inequality. Isn't just self-destructive, it's collective collateral damage. The individual cashes the check, but the community pays the price. Be it minstrelsy or political pundits, we've always looked down on the folks who choose to perform like this, and for good reason. But what do you do? In a digital age where these bad faith actors aren't confined to a single stage, but endless screens, what can you even do? Wait, combat this?
Made up word.
People jump so quick and they tense up at the thought of racial profiling. It's so wrong, it's so wrong. What is marketing? It's profiling. That's what marketing is.
White supremacy and the KKK. Really? That's what you guys want me to be concerned with this week? Do I look like an idiot?
As long as racism is profitable, there will always be a demand for some eager, happy-go-lucky Negro willing to sell it back with a smile. Playing into negative racial tropes is one of the fastest ways to get paid, but that money doesn't come free. With it comes the cost of harming your own people, alienating yourself from your community, or worst of all, selling your own dignity. With that being said, whip out your tap dancing shoes and get ready to dive in. And together, let's find out if all the wealth, fame, and effect.
Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are live. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. I am so excited to host you guys on this evening. Salute to Keith coming in with the $10 PayPal. Thank you so much for that, Keith. I appreciate you. Shout out to Nicole. Shout out to God Truth. Shout out to Veronica. Shout out to the Pink Goddess. Shout out to the Biggest Op. Shout out to Lala. Shout out to Monica TV. Shout out to Tyrese. Shout out to Barbara. Shout out to Apex. Shout out to Latoya. Shout out to Sandra in the building. Shout out to the Tory Experience. Who we got? Shout out to True Meaning. Shout out to 11. Shout out to Myron. I see y'all in the building. Shout out to Budweiser. Shout out to D Royal. Shout out to Cheryl. Shout out to Jerome. Shout out to the family. We in the building strong, family. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to King Victor. Salute to the family. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know why I'm here. Guys, we have to have a discussion on this evening. But before we get started, while you guys coming on in, make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people has been telling me that they haven't been receiving the notifications of my live streams. And I just feel like YouTube don't want the truth, right? We are speaking too much truth over here and they don't want the family to hear the truth. So family, just make sure that you got your notifications on so you can be notified whenever we go do a live stream. But I appreciate YouTube, for helping me with this platform we got going over here. Thank you guys so much for that. But salute to the family. Salute to the team. I see you guys in the chat. Yeah, it's time to work, family. It's time to work. It's time to get to work. I didn't come here to play. We didn't come here to play. But first thing first, I want to say rest in peace to Nolan. His funeral was this morning. And I want to say shout out to D Royal and the Open Book. They live stream it, and I was able to tap into their live stream and see a little bit of it. I didn't get to really see much of the funeral, but I heard a lot of good things about it. And I just appreciate everybody that's been boots on the ground supporting this family, because this family is under attack right now. This family is under attack. And I told you guys, the Sambo class don't have an argument. The white supremacists don't have an argument. They are upset at us, family, because we are cracking this case. We are calling out the racism, and we are calling out the suspects that's supposed to be in handcuffs right now. It's been a little over 2 weeks and no arrest has been made. No autopsy, but everybody want to run around with the narrative that Nolan Wells drowned, right? The first thing that they did was say, hey, no foul play, but no autopsy. Do you see the play, family? Do you see the fix? But they want us to stop making it about race, but they want to paint their own narrative about what happened to Nolan. Everybody's saying that Nolan drowned. He was drunk. He ran off with a girl. But the people that was actually with Nolan is quiet. They're hiding. They deleting their social media. Nobody know what happened to Nolan. But we need to stop making this about race. So on this broadcast, we are going to celebrate Nolan Wells. And we also got some belt to ass to do on this evening, ladies and gentlemen. April Chapman, I'm going to need you to come to the forefront, ma'am. I'm going to need you to come in front of the congregation. We got to have a word with you, because I see what you're doing over there on your platform. You just another mediocre Sambo that's out here tap dancing for white approval. Nothing new. We know the play. We know the same talking points. We know the black conservative manuscript, family. We discuss it a lot on this platform, and we call it out and we address it. I told you guys, the lies stop now. I am the Sambo assassin. I am the black assassin. So I just want to save you guys' breath by telling me to stop focusing on them. No, I'm not. Because the case went from trying to figure out what happened to Nolan to let's attack the family. Let's put all the focus on Ben Crump and Al Sharpton. Let's pocket watch the family. Let's already push this false narrative that it wasn't no foul play involved. But everybody that was involved in this situation, everybody that was involved in this boat are not even speaking. But let's not make this about race. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. This is the livest show on YouTube. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you guys for showing up day in and day out and using your voice for good. Because this is what this platform is all about. But you guys know why I'm here. You guys is looking at a symbol right here, right? This devil right here, April Chapman. She's been very vocal about attacking black people. She's very vocal during the Carmelo Anthony's case, but she's been radio silent ever since that affidavit dropped. She ain't addressed that. But the whole platform, and I'm here to tell you guys this, right? For the new up and coming Sambo class, right? The talking points is outdated. The narratives, the stereotypes is outdated. We know the play. We know about the black on black crime. We know about the Chicago talking point. We know about the violence, the statistics, the false statistics that y'all like to spread. Because these Sambos family, they not smart. They don't have talent. They very stupid and ignorant. But I will address you and I will correct you. And me and the family gonna have a good time laughing at you, April. This is going to be a lesson for you on this evening. Because I know you are going to watch this. I want you to watch this stream back, take notes, reflect, and realize how ignorant of a person that you is. Because you are a very stupid individual. And you are a clown, ma'am. Shout out to Keith coming in with the $5 super chat. Gotta hit you up again. Saying this as a competitor. For those don't know, if you stand on business, you thrive to show everyone I ain't playing. Facts. Thank you so much, Keith, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for that. You are the real MVP. Nathaniel, where you been at? Don't go hide, Nathaniel. Much love to you, Nathaniel. Love to see you in the chat, bro. Salute to Calvin coming in with the $5, with the $4 cash out. Just showing love. Just showing love. Thank you so much for that, Calvin. I appreciate that. You are the real MVP. But to get back on this clown. We know what you're doing, April. We know what you're doing. But I'm here. I heard you loud and clear, ma'am. I heard the lies. I heard the false narratives. I heard the outdated stereotypes. And I've been meaning to get to you. But I'm here now. Same talking points, family. And this is not going to be so much of a serious breakdown. We're going to laugh at April Chapman. At the same time, debunking her outdated stereotypes. The same talking points that we have heard 1,000 times from the Sambo class, family. Nothing new. Nothing new here. But a new up-and-coming clown. That's it. She thinks she's smart, but she's very ignorant. So before we get started, salute to the family. Salute to the team. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Let's get to work, family. Let's get the likes up. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's go.
Grace and peace, you guys. Welcome back to Unshakable with April Chapman. Today, we're going to discuss something social and cultural, and it is my job, or should I say my goal, to bring a biblical perspective.
Oh, here we go with
today's story, we're going to be a little bit more serious today. I do not believe today's story calls for, sarcasm or snark or mockery. I mean, we might get a little snarky, you know. I still gotta be me. But I want to talk about this Nolan Wells story. I've waited a couple of days to cover this story because I wanted to give it some time to cycle.
Salute to Free Thinking coming in with the $20 super chat. I just want to say thank you so much for having our backs. We need more of you. We love you and need you so much. Thank you, Free Thinking. I need you. I love you. Thank you for being here, Free Thinking. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a part of the family. Thank you so much for being a part of the team. Thank you. Salute to you for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you.
Through social media, and I wanted to give investigators an opportunity to get us more information. But basically, a young teenage boy down in Mississippi was partying over the 4th of July weekend with some friends of his. And like teenagers do, they're all together. And then somehow, we don't know, Nolan gets separated from the group. And then a few days later, his body is turned up and it is determined that he is deceased. So the first thing I want to do is bring you guys up to speed as to the news story, as to what happened. And then I kind of want to give my perspective.
We already know what your perspective
that I
is.
can kind of call believers to a place of being sober-minded and to be really thoughtful about the commentary and the narrative that we present surrounding this story. So let's take a look at this news clip first.
This morning, investigators in Mississippi are combing over videos taken on Horn Island around the hours Nolan Wells was last seen alive, including this clip from social media that has gone viral, the contents of which are unclear.
I don't know the origins of that video at this point. But yes, we are looking into it. That's been brought to our attention.
Wells and his friends were celebrating the 4th of July. The sheriff now looking into claims from the mother of one of the friends who says Wells decided to stay behind when a mechanical issue caused their boat to take on water.
I believe I'm aware that she said that, or she may have made that in a written statement, but as far as our findings of that, that's still part of our ongoing investigation.
ABC News confirming one of Wells' friends on the trip made a missing persons report to the Coast Guard around 11 p.m. that night.
And I want you guys to keep in mind, Miss Chapman here don't give a damn about Nolan Wells at all. If you guys paid attention to her opening statement, all she cares about is the narrative around the case. It's all about the narrative, family. You know what that is. The supporters, us. She has a problem with that. Her only goal is to be a black face and a talking point for the dominant society. She's a black face and a black voice for the white supremacist power structure. She don't give a damn about Nolan Wells or this family. It's all about attacking black people. And I want you guys to really pay attention to how demonic and how evil this woman is, trying to hide behind her religion. But it won't work.
Wells' mother filing her own report with the sheriff department just after midnight. Authorities have said they believe Wells drowned, but the sheriff stressed their work is still ongoing to determine exactly what happened.
We're awaiting the state's autopsy report from the medical examiner's office.
Wells' family attorneys launching their own investigation. They allege his cell phone was returned with deleted text messages.
At this time, we do not have the cell phone that they speak of, and we've never had the cell phone, but it is, to my understanding,
Where the cell phone?
that we requested the cell phone for an extraction. We're working towards the same goal as the family. We want a
we'll
thorough
see.
investigation, and that's what we're going to continue to do until we arrive at the answers that the family deserves.
And the sheriff says he and his team are still reviewing a substantial amount of video and images they have received from the public. And he says he welcomes that independent investigation the family attorney says they plan to conduct. Michael?
Salute to Reloaded in the chat.
All right. So we've had an opportunity this is a news segment from Good Morning America. And I'd like to get a few things out the way. First of all, I'm a mother. Right, I am a mother of 4 children. I have 2 teenage boys, 2 teenage girls.
Feel sorry for
and
them.
my children go on aquatic style trips all of the time. They just went whitewater rafting a week ago. And they're always doing things with their friends. And so first I want to send condolences to the Wells family, because I cannot imagine or relate to or just try to understand the immense pain and grief a parent must feel to find out, when they find out, that their child, who they just assumed that they would see later or in a couple of days,
Bro, she don't
is
care.
now gone.
She don't care.
With that said,
You listen, she had to go ahead. You know how somebody give you a compliment, right? They had to go ahead and say, yeah, you're so smart and intelligent. I know what you're going through. Well, with that being said, now I'm finna go ahead and give you a backhand compliment and tell you how you ain't shit. That's basically what she just did right there. She don't give a damn about Nolan. Let's keep going, family.
as you guys know, I'm covering this not just because a young man has lost his life, but because of the narrative and the direction that this story has, the turn that it has taken.
This story have made a turn because of the Sambo class, because of you. You and the rest of the Sambo class is the reason why this story have took a turn, because we've been focused on this case. We've been focused on trying to figure out what happened to Nolan Wells. All of the Sambos has been focusing on targeting the mother, targeting the family, but hurt about Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton being on the case. So the only reason why this case has took a turn is because of people like you, April Chapman. It's because of you. Let's keep going, family.
By now, you also may already know that attorney, ambulance chasing, race hustling, race baiting.
There you go, right there.
Ben Crump has been retained, his services as well as the services of Al Sharpton, both of these individuals who do not have stellar reputations for being attached to anything in good faith. Both of them are attached to this story, but we're going to
slander. This is slander. And I hope Benjamin Crump and Al, they probably not paying attention to you, April Chapman, because you irrelevant. Ain't nobody really listen to you. You just a clown. I'm just bringing you to the forefront so me and the family can laugh at your stupid ass.
I'm going to stick a pin in that, and we're going to come back to that. When I first heard about this story, I would agree. You're not going to get any argument from me that there are too many details of this story that simply do not make sense. And as a mother,
ma'am, just get to the point.
I would be demanding answers. I want to know, why was his cell phone left behind? Who had the cell phone? I would also want to know, why did he choose to stay behind? I understand there was some water that was getting into the boat, and all one group decides to go, he decides to stay.
She don't care.
Interested to know the young lady he stayed behind with. Who is she? What is the nature of their relationship? All kinds of questions like that come to mind. I think it's interesting that a friend around 11 p.m. filed a missing persons report, and then the mother filed a report as well. To me, typically,
salute, open book.
When someone
to the
files
show.
a report and gets a situation like this, they document it. To me, that's a reasonable amount of time to file a report. If the last time he was seen is 3 p.m., it's now 11 o'clock, and you're like, where's Nolan? It would make sense that someone would initiate contact with the authorities out of concern.
And I want you to keep in mind, while she's breaking down all of these narratives around the case, her opening statement was she understands the family. She is some of the stuff is sketchy, right? It's still some unanswered questions. But she made this video to address the narratives. That's all she care about. That's all she care about, is addressing us. And she's butthurt about Benjamin Crump, because this is what these black conservatives has to do. She has to read from her manuscript, family. Pay attention.
I also have questions about the news story mentioned these deleted text messages.
Salute to Nathaniel coming in with the $5 super chat. What's up, family? I'm here, bro. You better be here, bro. Much love to you, Nathaniel. Good to see you on this evening. Thank you so much for your $5 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Much love.
I cannot confirm or deny, But if the family is saying that these text messages were deleted, and then the police are saying that they don't even have this phone in their possession, that is weird to me. If you are actively investigating this case, to me, the cell phone is evidence that should have been confiscated and should have been made part of this investigation. The parents are saying the messages were deleted. How they would know that, I don't know. I know on my phone, I can go, and once you delete messages, you can go in the trash and kind of look at those messages. But the fact that here in the news story, the police guy didn't seem really confident in having secured those messages using the extraction method is concerning to me. That is a red flag.
Really?
So
come on now.
The state is doing their autopsy, as they should, and as you know, that is going to take some time to get back. And as a mother, you best believe I too would be doing my own independent investigation and my own independent autopsy.
Salute to Nathaniel coming back with the $2 super chat. I'm in the building. You know I have to show love. Of course, bro. Thank you so much for always supporting the platform and showing up and being a voice for the family. Thank you so much, Nathaniel.
My son is dead, okay? I don't have answers. In order for me to get the closure that I need, I'm a mama bear. I want to get to the bottom of it. Here is where my desire for the truth and my desire to get to the bottom of what happens parts ways with the Nolan family. And I don't mean any disrespect, but I am struggling.
No, you mean disrespect. If you say anything other than you trying to get to the truth and you need to know the facts, you're about to get ready to disrespect the family. But let's just see you try.
To either take serious or to have confidence in any family's desire at truth. I struggle to be confident in that. The moment Ben Crump and Al Sharpton enter the chat.
The chronic victim can never be trusted, says Carl Jung.
Visuals are on a case. That is a huge red flag to me. It tells me that the character of the family is not one that either understands the fact that these men are of horrible reputation. They've never been attached to any case in good faith. And typically the only reason why they are involved because there is some sort of civil payday.
There you go, right there. Pocket watching again, family. This is what these people have to do. They don't have an argument. When they can attack you personally on something, when they don't have something to use against you, family, the only thing that these low IQ Sambos has to do is pocket watch. These people are butthurt that Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton is on this case, helping this family out. It doesn't matter about your personal opinion about Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton. The family needs help getting justice for their son, which you don't even give a damn about, Miss April, because all you want to do is grift. You part of the anti-black conservative movement. So it's your duty to read from the manuscript and attack Benjamin Crump, which helping this family get their story out on all these social media platforms, ma'am. You can have your personal opinion about Al Sharpton. What that have to do with the family getting justice? These people is so mad that Benjamin Crump is about this, is on this case, because I want you guys to think about this too, family. Benjamin Crump hasn't mentioned a lawsuit, but here she go. Miss April Chapman bringing up a lawsuit. The parents hasn't brought up a lawsuit. Here she go again, bringing up lawsuits. Money. That is all on these people's mind because they want to financially drain this family. They don't want this family to have no type of financial support. This woman is very dumb, very ignorant, very stupid. And you guys are finna witness mental gymnastics from this woman. Shout out to Meal Dog coming in with the $5 super chat. Break her down, bro. She is a Charlie Kirk follower. Oh, trust me, I am. Salute to you, Meal Dog, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you.
at the end. There's a pot of money at the end of the rainbow.
So?
And they're like a bunch of greedy, money hungry leprechauns chasing, trying to get to the end of the rainbow for a payout.
Just like you do. Every time you see a black victim, every time you see a black story, here you come running and making your black fatigue video, talking about black on black crime, talking about Chicago. You are predictable, Miss April Chapman. This is something that we see all the time from your kind. You so focused on is Benjamin Crump is going to get a lawsuit. So what? I hope they sue the state of Mississippi and sue those white individuals that was involved in this case. So what? But you need to get sued for slander, ma'am, because not one time has anybody mentioned a lawsuit. But here come you Sambos out here on the front speaking on your platform about something that you know nothing about because you are butthurt about Benjamin Crump. All of y'all are repeating the same thing. Benjamin Crump is an ambulance chaser. Al Sharpton is an ambulance chaser. Do you have any evidence, ma'am? Do you have any evidence of anybody mentioning a lawsuit from this case? The family is focused on one question and one question only, ma'am. What happened to Nolan? Ain't nobody talking about money but you. Salute to Information Man coming in with the $4 super chat. Peace and respect, brother. Peace and respect to you, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for super chatting the show. Thank you guys so much. Let's get it.
So when I analyze this story, two things can be true at the same time. I can empathize with this family who has lost their son.
No, you don't.
And I can grieve and I can say something doesn't smell right because there are too many red flags. But here's what I did not do. Because I am a Christian.
Oh, God.
And I am to not show partiality, but I am to be a lover of truth, and I should be interested in seeking the truth.
If you interested in seeking the truth, why you keep bringing up money for, ma'am? If you such this Christian woman and you care about Nolan getting justice, why you so butthurt about Benjamin Crump? No one mentioned anything about money. Nobody is talking about money. The mother's not talking about money. The father's not talking about money. Benjamin Crump or Al Sharpton is talking about money. The only people is talking about money are you raccoons. Y'all are the only person out here screaming at the top of y'all lungs, worrying about is the family's going to sue. Why are y'all so afraid of the family suing the state of Mississippi? So what if they do sue? I don't give a damn. I hope they sue them for every penny that they fucking got. Again, family, when they have no argument, when they can attack you personally, the next thing they have to do is count your pockets.
My first knee-jerk reaction wasn't, see, this is why black children can't be friends with white folks. And this is why you can't trust white folks. And this is why you should have never been alone as the only one with white folks. Like that mindset never entered.
Of course it has
into the equation as I analyze this, because I don't understand. I want to show you a clip of some of the things people have been saying online that is absolutely wicked and racist. But
see, that's what it is right there, family. See, she's so focused on what people is saying online instead of focusing on what Benjamin Crump and the family is saying. She upset at us. That's her issue. And her and the rest of the Sambo class is taking out their frustration with us on the family. Nobody mentioned a lawsuit. Nobody mentioned anything about money. Ain't nobody begging for money. Nobody said nothing about that. But April Chapman is going to get her big head ass on her platform and say that, hey, this seemed fishy to me because they hired Benjamin Crump. It's sketchy to me because I'm a Christian woman and I seek the truth. They seek the truth, but this whole time, the only thing that this woman has mentioned since we've been live streaming, family, is a lawsuit. It's money. And then she want to give a backhand compliment talking about that she sympathized with the family. This has nothing to do with Nolan. This has everything with her pushing her anti-black rhetoric. She is a lapdog for the white power structure, right? The same talking points that she has to push out. This is not nothing that we have not already seen already. April Chapman is very dumb. She's very ignorant and she's stupid. And we are here to make fun of you, April. And I know you are going to see this and I want you to review this on your channel because I really want you to take this information in that I am giving you. Shout out to the information man coming in with the $5 super chat. They hide behind the Bible with lies, brother, and they think they're better than us. Absolutely. And she mentioned, oh, I'm coming from a Christian perspective. I'm coming from the Bible. No, you're not, ma'am. Salute to you, information man, coming with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Disgusting, demonic behavior.
Allowed to say it and get away with it. Yet in the next breath, we don't have this same energy and this same level of caution when young black boys are hanging out with a group of other young black boys and then Taquayshawn ends up getting shot by Jaquarius. Like, no one has ever warned Taquayshawn, hey, you need to watch your back and you need to be careful.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn.
Family, she couldn't wait. She couldn't wait to turn this on black crime. She couldn't wait. These Sambos can never stay on topic. They have to spin this and run their interference and talk about black on. What do this have with Marcavius and Duntarius shooting each other? Black. What do that have anything to do with the Nolan Wells case, ma'am? That has nothing. See, what you're trying to do, Miss April, is distract us. But it won't work. I'm here to inform the Sambo class. All of y'all are out here performing the same tricks. We see the play. All these lovely black people that's over here. You are witnessing black excellence right now, April. And we can see right through your demonic behavior. You are not reinventing the wheel. The same old talking points that you're using, all of y'all are saying the exact same thing. You will not run a interference on this unity that we got going on right now, April. It would not work. She couldn't wait to use these black on black talking points because, family, that's all they got. After they get done running down the anti-black manuscript, right? Because she's about to hit on all points, right? Let's not call out the white individuals that's in the case. Let's not call out the white parents that deleted their social media in this case, but let's focus on black people that's unaliving other black people that don't have anything to do with Nolan Wells. But she's upset at the narrative because we are putting belt to ass and we keeping the focus on the facts and the people that's involved in this case. See, April, we're not stupid like you, ma'am. You are going to learn a hard lesson on today, and I'm very excited to teach you on this evening. I want you to get your paper and pen and learn because you useless to them. Yeah, they'll give you viewerships, give you comments, but you got to understand that you are only a voice for them. You step out of line one time, this is going to happen to you.
Conservatives out there in this country who side with you and don't fall under the category that I'm about to describe. But do you feel like you were kind of used as a tool earlier in your career?
Absolutely. I know, not feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact.
Because when you're critical of, let's say, the black community, oh, they love it, right? That's when you get a platform and you get all the plaudits and speaking engagements. But once you speak out against what's happening in Gaza, you're not that useful tool anymore.
That was one of the things that was really hard for me to contend with personally, because obviously when I was at the Daily Wire, we were actually kind of in the midst of the same topic, really, right? So it's like you're talking about a race. Mm-hmm. You're saying, okay, this thing happened. So they were saying October 7th happened. BLM was saying the George Floyd thing happened. This is going to be the impetus now. And they were doing things that, in my view, still to this day, were just wrong. I don't care what happened in Minnesota. You don't have the right to go into Target and grab a flat screen TV, right? Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to do a documentary. I wanted to dive deeper on the topic. And it was round of applause from a Daily Wire. This is amazing. Give her a platform.
Yep.
Then I watched virtually the exact same thing, right? Using race as an excuse, saying, oh, well, we have to do this for Jews. You had this event, this event that happened, which was singular, and then they tried to extrapolate it, and I'm going, well, it's still wrong, right?
Right.
Well, the law is the law. Like, morality is morality.
Yeah, this is your future, April. As soon as you step out of line and try to hold them accountable, because you never hold them accountable, April. That's why you still around. You have that dead platform over there. Candace Owens learned a hard lesson, right? And she said she knew this from the beginning, that she was a tool for the dominant society, right? She was hired over there at the Daily Wire to attack black people. But as soon as she started holding their community accountable, you're gone. That is in your future, April. Shout out to SR coming in with the $5 super chat. She's only covering the Nolan Wells story because she saw an angle she could use without holding Nolan Wells' so-called friends accountable. Yes, indeed, SR. And we calling it out and we see it in plain sight because we are intelligent and smart individuals. Thank you so much, SR, for your $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Salute to Quan coming in with the $2 super chat. Her Christianity is rooted in white supremacy. Yes, indeed, Quan. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Let's get back into the content. But I just had to inform you, April, of what your future look like. Because this is going to get tiring, right? This is going to get played out sooner or later. Your time is already ticking. The white supremacists is already making platforms saying the black fatigue shit that they want to hear. Why do they need to listen to your dumb ass? Let's keep going, family.
With this group of blacks, the assumption is that black children, there is only safety in numbers with one another.
It is.
But the moment your friend group becomes a little bit too diverse, or you're in the minority, meaning you're the only black one in the midst of a group of whites, then you should fear for your life.
Yeah,
when I heard that narrative being pushed, I said, you know what? This racial division and the racial hatred that's being stoked by these race grifting hustlers is why this country will not be able to move forward, because they make a living, as Booker T. Washington said, with keeping the grievances on the forefront.
Uh-oh.
They make a living. They make money off of this.
What you make money off of, April? What you make money off of? Because if I look at your platform, April, all you do is talk shit about black people. That's the only reason you exist on this platform, April. You are not intelligent. They are not supporting you because of your intellect. They're not supporting you because you are a creator, inventor of nothing. It's the same anti-black talking points that me and the family discuss every single day with you, Sambos. You have already talked about the black on black crime shit. I knew that was coming. And once you empty out your clip, it's nothing left. You sit in here looking stupid right now. Because this case was never about you looking for the facts. Because you have yet to hold those 3 white boys accountable that was with Nolan. Not one time. And you frustrated with yourself. Because the grassroots family, we are loud and proud right now. We standing on business. April can't take it. We are suffocating their Sambo class. They are spiraling out of control, family. They are losing their minds because they cannot keep up with how dominant that we are right now. We are more stronger than ever. We are more unified than ever. And it's nothing that these clowns like April Chapman can do. Sorry.
I want to speak to this narrative.
That's it. I just want to let you know. That's the only reason why she made this video. Not because she cared about the facts. Not that she cared about Nolan. She want to speak to the narrative. That's her only concern. The narrative. Salute to Ball coming in with the $2 super chat. Wondering if her YouTube place real. Exactly. Thank you so much, Ball, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you.
That black children need to learn their lesson and not be caught out here hanging with white youth
Here you go.
because you never know if you're by yourself. The argument, it seems to me,
Get it out.
that they're trying to say that white people are so wicked and so sinful and have such a deep, immense hatred for blacks.
They do.
That even in the context of a friendship, you can never trust them.
You can't.
Somehow they might pull on the history and the hatred of their forefathers, which we don't even know if their forefathers were racist or held slaves or whatever. But it's this idea that these white people are incapable of forming genuine friendships and relationships of camaraderie with those who don't look like them. And at the end of the day, you should always distrust, because you never know. You may go out with them and may never come back.
Exactly. You are right, April Chapman. Clap it up for you. Clap it up for you. I agree with you. You are right. That is our narrative, and we stand on that. And you keep talking about this genuine relationship with white folks. But I got to ask you the question, Miss Chapman. If those white boys had a genuine relationship with Nolan, why they not speaking? Why didn't they attend the funeral? These are their childhood friends, right? The black coach want to come out. These so-called black best friends want to come out talking about this not about race. But let me ask you the question. Why didn't they show up to the funeral? Why have they not made a single public post saying rest in peace to their dear friend, their genuine friend that they grew up since elementary school? Why didn't they come out and speak on his behalf? Why are everybody that's a part of this case, Miss Chapman, is quiet, ma'am? See, why you trying to defend white supremacists and kiss the ass of your white zaddy? These people got you out here looking stupid. Because you got to realize, we see you, Chapman. We see the play. This is no genuine relationship out here. These people like you until they don't. They show love for you until they don't. These people grew up with him, Chapman. They grew up with him. Not one of them, not fucking one of them said rest in peace to Nolan Wills. Even the parents that grew up with Nolan's mother came out and made a statement and said she went to high school with Christina. And we haven't seen her say one thing publicly about the family. She haven't even attended the funeral, but she went to school and graduated with Christina. She seen Nolan as a child. Christina seen those white boys as a child running in and out of her home, but not one of them are speaking to her. So we shouldn't be cautious of bringing white people into our circle? Miss Chapman, are you fucking crazy? What type of childhood friends is these white guys to the point where they're not going to attend their childhood friend's funeral? So the first thing they do when I wind up missing, my childhood friends, April, listen to me, you ignorant dumb fool. If I wind up missing my childhood white friends, the first thing that they do is delete their fucking social media. Delete their social media. And I've been on the line for almost 2 weeks now, and not one of my childhood friends spoke upon me. This is not looking good for you at all.
I'm trying to understand, why is it every weekend in Chicago when young black people...
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, man. You get your goddamn
family, I told you. So let's go. Let's run down. Let's run it down, family. Let's run it down. Okay, y'all calm down. Let's run it down. Calm down. Miss Chapman stated that she got sympathy and empathy for the family, but her only reason of making this video is because she want to, talk about the narrative that's going around, right? Because everybody pointing fingers at the white people, everybody pulling the race card, which I told you, yes, this case has everything to do with race. That's her concern, not the family. Not the family getting justice, but everybody pointing at the white people. Like she's butthurt about that, right? And she's pocket watching. She already brought up the black on black crime. And last but not least, family, she brought up Chicago. These three white boys went on a boat trip with Nolan. All three of them come back. Nolan is somehow unalive. But let's bring up Chicago. Are you guys witnessing this right now? Do you believe me now? Am I making sense now? She brought up black on black crime, which has nothing to do with this case. This has nothing to do with black on black crime, but she brought it up anyway because she has to read from the manuscript. If she want to participate over there with that movement over there, she want to tap dance and bootlick, she has to read down the manuscript, black on black crime. And then for the grand finale, family, Chicago. Chicago. What the fuck? Shout out to Miss J coming in with the $10 super chat. Let's just keep April in mind when the same shit happened to her black native as well as her sons. Won't open my mouth for shit at all. At all. Thank you so much, Miss J, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Chicago family. Let's hear this one more time.
That these white people are incapable of forming genuine friendships and relationships of camaraderie with those who don't look like them. And at the end of the day, you should always distrust and is not levied. When we actually have demonstrable evidence to demonstrate back, I'm trying to understand, why is it every weekend in Chicago when young black people are hanging out with people who look just like them, that same warning and admonition is not levied? When we actually have demonstrable evidence to demonstrate
this is crazy.
That you are infinitely more times
get it out. Get it out, anime. Push that shit out. Push that shit out, anime. Push them goddamn talking points out, ma'am. We rehearsed this, okay? We rehearsed this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go.
You are infinitely more times
Come on now. Anime, what did I tell you? Anime, what did I tell you? See, you making us look bad in front of gentlemen den in the family. See, April, I told your stupid ass before you get on this goddamn live stream to say, hey, black on black crime, Chicago now. Make sure you mention that. It's very easy. We went over this 10 times. I told you. Chicago, people killing each other in Chicago. Make sure you let black people know that. Even though we tell them there's 100 times and this is irrelevant about this case, but we went over this, anime. Now, do I need to go get my belt? Now, let's push that shit out. Salute to SR coming in with the $10 super chat. April Chapman lives in Georgia, and not one time did she cover and hail that white supremacists who tried to massacre an entire black family gathering accountable in Leesburg, Georgia. Of course not, SR. You really believe that she's going to do that? You really believe she's going to do that? Absolutely not. You want her to get kicked out the group, SR? Come on now. It's too good to be true. Thank you so much, SR, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that, bro. But hold on, guys. Let me get her straight real quick. Because she's embarrassing me in front of y'all. And I told her what to say before we went live. I told her to mention black on black crime. How is that so hard to say? I said Chicago, the killings, the gangbangers, right? How is that so hard to say? Now, don't make me show out in front of these good black folks over here now. Now, let's run this one more time.
Where the possibility of you being shot by somebody who looks like you, or there's some nefarious intent being done to you by someone who looks like you.
Of course.
The statistics, you guys, are not on our side.
Ma'am, that's in every goddamn racial group. Because most of the crime is intra-racial. That's dumb. We already know that, man. We are 10 steps ahead of you, Miss April Chapman. So you are very dumb. You are talking to the elite class of black people over here. This goes for white people, Latino people, Asian people. Every group, most of their crimes is going to be by the hands of somebody that look like them. But you don't say that for the white community. Y'all don't say that for the Latino community, for the Asian community. Y'all only use that talking point with black people. We know that most of the crimes in the black community is going to be by the hands of the black community. Because most of the crime is intraracial. We know that already. But you so dumb and you trying to empty out the clip too fast. And I told you we rehearsed this, Anime. You are embarrassing me. Don't say nothing that the good old black folks over here already know. Right? They already know. Salute to the team. Salute to the chat. Let me just get this troll up out of here because you disrupting the room. It's no feed today for the trolls, but thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and become a channel member, trolls. You show up here every single day watching Black Daddy put this belt to ass, holding y'all accountable. And I know I'm suffocating you with this facts. I know the family in the chat is suffocating you. But when you disrupt the room, I got to let you go. You can participate. You can watch. You can become a channel member. You can donate to the team. Thank you so much for being here. Salute to the family. We are 600 strong in the building. Let's get the likes up, family. Let's make these people mad because I want this video to get to April Chapman because she's a very stupid, ignorant, dumb woman. She's very dumb. Let me get you up out of here too, sir. Thank you for joining me on this evening. Let's get back to Anime.
Demonstrable evidence to demonstrate that you are infinitely more times where the possibility of you being shot by somebody who looks like you, or there's some nefarious intent being done to you by someone who looks like you.
Like Charlie Kirk. Like Charlie Kirk, right? Did you have this same sentiment with Charlie Kirk? Because Charlie Kirk was out here talking about, hey, black fathers are this, black people is this. He don't want to get on the plane if he see a black pilot. Black crime is this, black crime, black on Chicago. Charlie Kirk was spewing the same sentiment that you're doing right now, Miss Chapman. And look what happened to him. He overdosed on metal, right? And somebody from his own community took him out. Because, Miss Chapman, most of the crime is intraracial. See, black on black crime is not white people's problem. It's our problem that we got to deal with. The crimes that happen in our community don't concern these people. They don't live around us. Nothing happens to them. If somebody go upside their head, it's going to be somebody that look like them. But you do not hold that same sentiment for the white people. It's only for black people. This is going to be a learning lesson for you today, Miss Chapman. I hope you paying attention. Class is in session, ma'am.
The statistics, you guys, are not on our side if we're going to be honest and analyze this situation.
Okay, since you want to talk about that, man, ladies and gentlemen, can you excuse me for 1 second? Because she said the crimes is not on our side when it comes to black people. I wonder, is these crimes on their side?
Love to talk about black and brown predators or the dangers of undocumented folks. Can you please explain why nearly 80% of the people who produce, distribute, or possess child SA material are white men?
Why you don't talk about that, Chapman? Is that a problem in the white community? Do you care about these innocent children by the hands of these white men? Huh? The leading demographic of this, by the way. Let's keep going.
And almost all of them are U.S. citizens. And by the way, you can check that data for yourself. So you see this? This is the U.S. Sentencing Commission's interactive data analyzer, which is a nifty little tool that lets you look up stats on any federal crime category overall, and then you can break it down by race. And then you can calculate the percentage of that crime done by each racial group for every year going all the way back to 2015, or you can do it for a range of years. So I did that for child SA material prosecutions from 2015 all the way through 2025. And it turns out that 78% of those prosecutions were of white men.
Oh yeah, she ain't gonna talk about that though. That's too much for her. See, she gonna end up like Candace Owens if she hold them accountable for their demonic crimes. Let's keep going, family. Let's get the likes up.
And the direction that this story is taking, it really broke my heart because I said, you know what?
It broke her heart. It broke her heart because black people are on code. It broke her heart because we are holding her white zaddy accountable. The people who she kiss ass to, the people who she's pandering to, the people who she bend the knee to, it broke her heart because we keeping the focus on those 3 white individuals that was last seen with Nolan, and then they went radio silent. This is her job, is to go out here and attack the narrative, not the facts. Attack the narratives. The narratives has nothing to do with this case. Why you can't talk about the case? Why you can't talk about the facts? This whole video is about something that has nothing to do with Nolan. Miss Chapman, you brought up black on black crime. No relevancy. Chicago. I knew that was coming. Irrelevant, ma'am. But you care about the facts. You're a Christian woman. Okay.
My children have friends of all ethnicities.
Salute to Ryder coming in with the $10 super chat. Didn't say nothing, just showing love. Thank you so much, Ryder. I appreciate you.
And not one time did I ever feel distrust or discomfort when they went out to the mall or went out on a youth group trip with people who did not look like them.
So? And
I can only imagine the burden and the level of accusation. Mind you, Satan is the accuser of the brethren. I think of my church family and all of the young people who they just get along and they're not caught up in all this race stuff. They just love one another on the basis of their humanity.
Just stop with all this race stuff, black people. Stop holding my white zaddy accountable. Stop being right all the time. I'm over here trying to earn my position over here, and you guys are ruining it because they side-eyeing me. So now I have to go 10 times harder with my black fatigue because black people won't leave race alone. They just won't. I'm tired of black people holding the white supremacist power structure accountable. I'm tired of black people defending one another. I'm tired of black people pointing out the obvious. I'm tired of black people fighting for the unjust. I'm tired of y'all supporting one another. I told you, family, this unity that we have right now is kicking their ass right now. They're panicking. They're shaking in their boots, and they don't know what to do. They want to silence us, but we are too strong right now. Our voices are too loud. She hears it. She be over here. All of the Sambos are over here listening to the family. And they run into their platforms talking about I don't want to talk about Nolan, but I want to talk about the narratives. The narratives has nothing to do with the case. The narratives is not going to be presented in court. It's not about narratives, Miss April Chapman. It's about truth. It's about facts. What you refuse to talk about. But it's okay. We are going to do our part, and you can do your part. Screaming on the outside, trying to get in. But me and the family, we are focused. We are 10 steps ahead of you, Sambos. The Chicago narrative won't work. The black on black crime not going to work. I can't believe that y'all still using this. I'm shocked. I expect better from you, Miss Chapman. I thought you was an intellect. I thought you was smart and intelligent. But it seems like you let me down on this. I thought you was going to come with something that was going to change my mind, but you hit on all the points. Every last single one of them, as predicted. But like I always state over here on this channel, ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting started, baby. Let's keep going.
And their shared interests. If you like K-pop and they like K-pop, then y'all are friends. Nobody cares who's black. Nobody cares who's white or Indian or Hispanic or African. These young people are forming these relationships based off of common interests. And now we have the race grievance industry and the race hustlers trying to pull their hatred and the animosity that they have for white people. They're trying to insert that into this new generation of children who would like, listen, if I had a disagreement with one of my friends and I'm black and he's white, It had nothing to do with him being white and me being black. We just disagreed.
Really?
I hate that this is the turn that this story is taking, because one, it's the midterm. So it's a midterm election year.
Here we go.
And we needed a distraction.
We not distracted.
To divide the nation, to make sure that black people are perpetually outraged, that we stay distrustful.
We are.
And that we're constantly looking over our shoulder at the white boogeyman, who ain't thinking about you, by the way.
Oh, they're not thinking about us. Oh, really? And man, by the way, this country was built on division. We was never united with these people, ma'am. You are one stupid, ignorant individual. We not the people that's making this country divided. It's them. They set up systems to undermine us and divide us, ma'am. And you over there doing their work, trying to put the blame off on us while trying to defend them when they wouldn't even piss on you if you was on fire. You seen what happened to your fellow Sambo, Candace Owens. She thought she was doing the same thing you was doing until she got her wake-up call and they kicked her to the curb. She was spewing out the exact same shit that you was saying right now. And how did that work out for her, Miss Chapman? How did that work out? And you also said that they not focused on us. They not focused on us. Okay, Exhibit A, family. This is an Instagram page with over 127,000 followers. Let me repeat that again. 127,000 followers. Black Fatigue 2.0. These people have an Instagram page, and this is like the third one of just black degenerate porn. What did I tell you guys? These people are obsessed with us. But Miss Chapman said that they not even thinking about us. I'm just here to inform you, Miss Chapman, that if we don't exist, they would not have lives. If they don't talk about us, Chapman, they would not have lives. Even your funky ass. If it wasn't for us, Miss Chapman, you wouldn't have a platform because you don't have supporters. You have haters of us. And if you get out of line, they going to spank that ass. Ask Officer Tater Tot how that worked out for him. He tried to hold Chud the Builder accountable. He lost subscribers. He tried to hold Nick Fuentes accountable. They called him all type of names in his comment section. You haven't made not one video about Chud the Builder that was going around calling black people the N-word. You hadn't made not one video about Jake Lane that was at the Carmelo Anthony's trial talking about lynching him and shooting him if he walked out of that courtroom an innocent man. See, this is where you fall short at, Miss Chapman. This is where you look stupid at. These people are obsessed with us. Let me pull this down a little bit, family, so you can see the name of this page. The name of this page is Black Fatigue 2.0. Black Fatigue 2.0. Right? Let me get you up out of here. Just like that. Boom, bada boom, bada bang. Yeah, Miss Chapman, they obsessed with us. This is what they do. They talk about us all day, just like you do. Just like you do. They always in our business. They always talking about black fatigue. The only reason why they listen to you, Miss Chapman, is because you talking about us. We is the secret sauce. Black Americans is the money glitch. Because you really think they there to support you, April? You saying the same shit that the rest of the Sambo class is saying. You are not special, ma'am. Let's stop talking about the white people. The white people ain't worrying about you. They not studying you. Let's stop talking about the white people. But they talk about us every single day. They all in our spaces. They in my chat right now, April, but they not focused on us. They are literally in my chat right now as we speak, as I'm giving you this belt to ass. They are in my chat chimping out right now. But they not focused on us. Salute to Nathaniel coming in with the $5 super chat. If it was 3 black men and 1 white man that went missing, she would be talking so much shit about all 3 black men. I know that for a fact. 100%, Nathaniel. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. We already know how this case would have been if it was 3 black men. Oh, Nathaniel, she already brought up black on black crime in Chicago. So she would have brought up these black men should be in jail. This is how they act in Chicago. Black on black crime. That poor old white kid, even in the Carmelo Anthony's case, it would have been the same way. If Carmelo was a white boy and Austin was a black kid, I'm telling you, it would have been the same way. That's why we don't take y'all serious. But to just inform you one more time, Ms. Chapman, they are obsessed with us. We are the supreme being. If it wasn't for us, they won't have a platform. Every white mainstream media talk about us. Charlie Kirk, you only know him for talking about black people. His last words before he overdosed was degrading black people. Bam, get him up out of here just like that. In hell he go. Austin Metcalf couldn't even sit down and mind his fucking business at a track meet. But he had to go bother a black kid. So now he's burning in hell right now.
So that you can...
Salute to SR coming in with the $5 super chat. I noticed the term race hustler and rage bait are typically shaming buzzing words among black conservative. Exactly, SR. It's talking points to them. When they don't have an argument, let's talk about money. Let's talk about race hustling. Let's talk about rage bait, which they do every single day. See, she want to rage bait us. But what we doing, family, is just breaking her down, making her look like a fool, laughing at her, having a good time, and realizing that we are 10 steps ahead of these talking points. We seen it coming from 100 yards. And she hit it right on the nose every time. Salute to SR coming in with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that.
And just ignore all of the theft, all of the forgery, all of the exploitation that is happening in your own community by the people who look like you.
Just like the white community, 8 out of 10 unalivings that happen in their community, Chapman, that you refuse to acknowledge because you always want to focus on us. You don't care about black on black crime. It's about pushing this narrative for the group that you're trying to be a part of, but they won't accept you because you're dumb and you're ignorant. And let's test that theory. I want you to hold Nick Fuentes accountable. Hold Chud the Builder. Hold Jake Lane accountable. I dare you to do it. I dare you to hold Donald Trump accountable for something. Let's test that audience over there, ma'am. Let's see how many monkeys you're going to be getting called. Let's see how many low IQ comments you get. How you need to get back in the kitchen. How they need to take the votes away from you. I dare you to test that theory and hold their community accountable. Because it's easy to target the low-hanging fruit, talk about black people, black on black crime. Yeah, they're amused about that. That's the only reason why they over there, you idiot. You think you special, love? You're not. We is the main attraction on your platform. You owe us reparations. We need to take you to court, and get a percentage of your YouTube payments. You owe us reparations, ma'am, because without us, you will not get paid. Shout out to Negro-ish coming in with the $5 super chat. The fact that there is a term black conservative is telling. Why are you segregated from just being a conservative? I think it's clear. Ooh, good one. You are not one of them. Because you never hear the term white conservative. No, you just hear conservative. That's all you hear. You don't hear black conservative. They segregating you inside of the movement that you want acceptance from, ma'am. Get out of line and see what happened. Ex Candace Owens, that you probably looked up to, was probably an inspiration of why you built this channel. I'm seeing a bunch of Candace Owens 2.0s out here. But shout out to you, Negro-ish, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
I will tell you this. Al Sharpton and Ben Crump, the moment they entered this story and the moment they entered and inserted themselves into this case, it told me that the family of Nolan Wells cannot be trusted. And this is my opinion.
Wow.
I don't know these people, but I am telling them.
You don't know them.
I'm telling you guys, based off of pattern recognition alone.
Okay.
They can't be trusted. No different than Carmelo Anthony's parents. The moment they retained the services of Dominique Alexander It told me what I needed to know about their character.
Wow. So Carmelo Anthony hiring people, right, to represent them tells you everything you need to know about Carmelo Anthony's character. Well, let me ask you this. What do you feel about this?
Touches your arm, does that justify you stabbing them in the arm?
In a hostile situation where someone walks up to me.
Answer the question, yes or no. Does it
I'm answering your
justify it?
question. That's not the situation.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You walked up the whole time.
Let's see. Let's see how she feel about this.
Does that justify?
Because I know you're going to see this, April. I know you're going to see this. You try to question the character of Carmelo Anthony's family. But I want to know the character of the Metcalf's family. Him saying this on a public platform, I want to know how you feel about his character when you hear this, ma'am.
Okay, man, I'm done. Fuck off. Next
Man, you fuck off. You
Dude, why don't you go to fucking just somewhere where you belong?
The real. Do you have a question or comment? Yeah, Jeff Metcalf, you're a racist ass prick.
Fuck you, nigger fucking whore loving bitch.
Yeah, what you got to say about that? A racist that you have yet to hold accountable. And ever since that affidavit dropped, because you had a lot to say about Carmelo Anthony in that case, and I'm going to address you that in another live stream, man. I'm coming for you, April Chapman, and I know you're going to see this live stream. You trying to question the Anthony's family motive and their character, and all they wanted was justice for their son. That's innocent, by the way, and we are still fighting for his freedom. What about the character of those boys? You just heard the father say the N-word on a public platform. What about his character? What about this affidavit that dropped about the Metcalf twins being arrested for racist graffiti? What you got to say about that? What you got to say about those victims that was on their stand and them talking to law enforcement on April the 2nd on body cam footage saying that the Metcalf twins are known for bullying and violence against them? But they took the stand and told us a whole different other story. What do you got to say about that character, Miss Chapman? You're very quiet when it comes to the white community, but you always got smoke for black folks. I don't never hear you holding them accountable for anything. Can you please explain this to me? This is in black and white. You know that affidavit is out here and you can obtain it. Why haven't you spoke on that? Because you was very vocal about the Carmelo Anthony's trial. But you have not uttered the word of this affidavit that has been released, April Chapman. Do you hear me? Don't act like you don't see it. But you want to question the character of the family. Really? You fucking clown. Shout out to Lala coming in with the $5 super chat. Hey, brother, I have another one to put on the hit list. Messi Meghan live belt to ass time. Copy that. I got you. Copy that. I got you. But that's my question to her. The family allegedly making their third GoFundMe, but you want to pocket watch the family. You worrying about the family getting a lawsuit, but the Metcalf's family is on their third GoFundMe after raising $600,000, but you ain't uttered their words. You ain't said nothing about that. But the Metcalf family got to get all the smoke. All the smoke. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. We are heavy in the building. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Salute to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Salute to the trolls. I know you guys are losing your mind. Y'all are having a Mayo attack right now because this is too much work for you. I told you. It's going to be very busy over here on this side of YouTube. So I'm going to need you to buckle up because I don't want you to go anywhere. I want you to stay exactly where you at. Don't go anywhere. Because I really need y'all to hear this. I need y'all to be focused. I need you to be dedicated to the trolling. Be committed. Don't leave. Hit the notification bell so you can be ready when I go live. Salute to Miss J coming in with the $5 super chat. I want her to go look up who leads in those crime statistics, white people across the board. She know that, Miss J. She know that. She know that. She has no choice but to look at that. When she go look for black on black crime, she has no problem with talking about black people, but she ignored the white crime. Let's keep going.
Based off of pattern recognition, it is a known fact that Ben Crump is a no good ambulance chasing hustler who is only interested in a payday based off of how he can exploit the pain of black people for his own selfish gain. And
slander. I hope Ben Crump and them sue the draws off your motherfucking ass. I hope they do. Because you ain't talking about this right here, though. I need you to focus on this, right? I want you to look at this, though. This is the third one they made, Miss Chapman, after already raising over $600,000. And if you think I'm lying, look at the Fox News interview with Austin and his mother. They raised over $600,000. This is a third one that he is promoting. But you only got smoke when black people want to get paid. So what of your personal opinions of Benjamin Crump? You don't have these thoughts of Benjamin Crump, Miss April. This is the dominant society telling you to do so. Y'all are so butthurt because I hope that this case ends with a lawsuit. I'm not running away from it. I'm not one of the people that's not running away from it. I hope the family get paid. And we are going to continue to support the family financially until they don't need us. And I know that's why you mad. They are so mad that black people is standing up and showing out for this family financially because they was hoping that that the Wells family didn't have the support. Shout out to Tyler Perry for paying for the funeral. Shout out to Colin Kaepernick for paying for the autopsy. And shout out for to the grassroots for raising almost $600,000 for the family. Yeah, that's how we do, April. We know you mad, love, but stay mad.
Ultra Perm, Al Sharpton is the same way. So here's what I intend to do. How about we all just wait for the facts?
Okay, we can just wait for the facts. What the hell are you making this video for? If you was just going to wait for the facts, why in the hell you just go on this whole diatribe attacking Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton? And Al Sharpton already stated at the funeral that he's not getting paid for this. He actually got a reward for anybody that has information on this situation. So there you have it, Dom. You look stupid right now. You should pick up your face.
Oh, I agree. There are way too many red flags here and things that don't make sense to me that cause me to want, I'm seeking more questions.
Okay, if you seeking more questions and you see red flags, why don't you talk about it? Why are you not calling these white boys out for going radio silent and deleting all their social media? You're not even talking about the case, April Chapman. You calling out black folks. You butthurt about Benjamin Crump. Are you this mad? What do y'all see? When I hear April Chapman and the Sambo class cry about Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton, but at the same time, they are not saying what they expect the family to do. Who do y'all want them to hire? A white person? How did that work out for our dear brother Carmelo Anthony? No, we're not trusting you clowns anymore to play with our lives or try to get justice for us. Absolutely not. Because you want this family to fall short in their investigation, but it won't work. And I know you mad. And you're going to continue to tap dance, get on your platform and lie all over the place. But instead of you talking about the case, all you doing is talking about the narrative. What this person's saying, what this person's saying. Benjamin Crump is about money. What Al Sharpton's saying. Can we stick to the topic, Miss Chapman? It's a lot of evidence that has been released, even the GPS. Why haven't you talked about that? But you want to talk about people talking shit on social media? This lets me know everything about you, ma'am. You don't give a damn about the truth. You don't give a damn about Nolan Wells. It's all about pushing your anti-black rhetoric, you stupid, ignorant fool. But smile for the camera because we laughing at you.
Then answers that we have right now. But what I refuse to do is allow my flesh to be manipulated by people who have never proven They have never proven to operate on the side of righteousness or honesty, but rather they're driven by greed and money.
Money. Here we go. How many times have you guys heard money during this live stream? I don't even think you guys got that many amount of fingers, hands. You're going to need about 20 hands. How many times have we heard money? This is a jealous and envy individual. This woman is jealous. All she's talking about is money. That's her main focus, is worrying about if the family is going to get money or not, because she know what these racist white people want to hear. These racist white people do not want black people to get supported financially, but she don't bring up the rest of these GoFundMes and what these white people support. They support your Shiloh Hendricks. They support your Chud the Builders. They support your Jake Lanes that's continuing to get bonded out of jail because he don't have a job. They support him. The first thing that he did, April Chapman, I'm pretty sure you saw it, man. He went out there to the BET Awards to antagonize black people, but you ain't talked about that. You don't talk about the degenerate behavior of these mediocre white men in this country. They're losing their mind because black people is beating them. We are beating them in every aspect. Their fellow white women in their community is telling us how much they hate us, how much they jealous of us, how much they undermine us, how much they hate black joy, hate black excellence. Because if we were on equal playing fields of these people that you kissing the ass of, we are beating them 10 times out of 10, April, and you know it. Because you are a coward, ma'am. But you chose the losing side. We are the winning team over here. We up 100 on the score clock. We averaging 50 in the finals. So sorry. I hate to be you. Salute to the family. Salute to the chat. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. So glad to have you. Let's go.
And so here's what I'd like to see. I want to see the results of that state autopsy, and I want to see the results of the autopsy that the family is doing. I have questions about his call log and his text messages. I need more context before I can rush to judgment and just assume that this is a racially motivated homicide or that there was some foul play involved.
Ma'am, even if you see facts about foul play, even if you see facts about racism in this case, you're not going to admit it. You don't give a damn about facts about this case, man. Why are you lying to yourself? You are not about to go against the grain, ma'am. You don't give a damn about no autopsy, because if the autopsy come out that it was foul play, what you going to say? I can't wait to come back to your platform. I'm going to even hit the notification bell, ma'am. I'm just excited to see what you're going to say, Ms. Chapman, when you find out that it was foul play involved. Because nothing is suspicious to you that all three of those boys went into hiding. The same white boys that you are defending right now, talking about that they are not racist. You don't see racism in this case, even though these boys grew up with Nolan, but they did not attend his funeral. The mother of Warren grew up with Christina, went to school with her, but she did not attend her childhood friend's son's funeral. But these are y'all white friends. See, you losing this one, love. You losing this one. But you want us to stick around and wait on this woman to do an autopsy on our brother Nolan Wells? The chief medical examiner down there on Nolan Wells' case has never ruled a mysterious black death or homicide. But Chapman think we supposed to sit around and wait on this woman to tell us what happened to Nolan Wells, when y'all have already came out and said the boy drowned with no evidence. The mayor, everybody coming out and said they don't see no foul play without no evidence. The state, what are they waiting on? They said they got evidence. The sheriff coming out doing all this goddamn talking, but he ain't presented no goddamn suspects and no evidence of nothing. But everybody doing interviews, everybody running their mouth. Everybody got a lot of shit to say. This guy right here, I think his name is Troy Reed. I'm sorry if I get his name wrong, but I know his last name Reed or something like that. Was hung from the tree, lynched. And these individuals said there was no foul play. Suicide. But let's test that theory, right? Because that medical examiner labeled Terry Reed deaf a self-deletion. And one of our brothers demonstrated how you can have your hands tied behind your back, right? And hang yourself from a tree. Let's see how this works.
I'm just trying to figure out how somebody hang themselves.
Let me play this again. Trey Reed. Okay, Lala, Trey Reed. Got you.
I'm just trying to figure out how somebody hang themselves with their hands tied behind their back and it still be ruled a suicide. That's all I'm trying to fucking figure out. Oh, nothing. I'm just trying to figure out how a black man that was discharged from the hospital with a dislocated shoulder hangs himself 2 days later. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's all I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, make that make sense.
Time and all.
Make that make sense to us, right? We're going to wait on this woman right here. Yeah, we're going to wait on her. Yeah, sure. Let's keep going, family. We cooking. Oh, yeah, we cooking on this evening. Thank you guys for joining me. Let's go.
I'm not led by my feelings. You can't just invoke the vestiges of blackness and whiteness and automatically get me in my feelings where I turn off my discernment and I don't judge with righteous judgment.
Man, shut this Christianity bullshit up. You're not going to judge nothing with nothing, ma'am. You are a bootlicker. It's obvious. You can stop hiding behind your religion, ma'am. We have identified you for exactly what you is. It's not going to work. You are a loser. You are a coward. See, you mad because us good old black folks over here is not afraid to go to war with the power structure. We are not afraid to go to war for our people. Stand up. Be unified. Be seen. Boots on the ground. You tapped out because you coward. But it's okay. Watch us work.
I want this to be judged with equal weights and measures. I'm going to take race out of it and
take race out of it. Take race up out of it.
What happened to this young man? And I'm not going to rush to judgment, but please believe I absolutely have questions.
But you rushed to judgment on Carmelo Anthony. You rushed into judgment on the character of the family when they didn't even give you nothing to even come to that judgment. They haven't done nothing to you. They haven't said anything to you or to the public to rush to the judgment where you say you can't even trust the family because they hired Benjamin Crump. These are your words, ma'am. When the family hasn't mentioned a lawsuit not one time, no money, not one time, this whole entire video you was talking about their money, ma'am. Pocket watching them because you are a loser. And you want to be accepted so bad. And it's got to be a hard job because you got to just repeat what they tell you to repeat. You can't speak out of line. You can't get off code. You are walking a thin line over there, boss. Whew, that must be tough.
As a Christian, this is what I am compelled to do. And I'm also absolutely based off the fruit and the pattern recognition of what we've seen from Ben Crump and Al Sharpton. I already know. They think there's a payday involved. Somewhere along the line, there's going to be a wrongful death lawsuit that's going to be initiated. And Ben Crump and Al Sharpton, they want their cut. Why would the family retain their services?
Slander, Benjamin Crump. You got a lawsuit on your hands. She's not even worth it. She probably ain't got no money no way. But slander this family. Benjamin Crump has not one time mentioned a lawsuit. I keep telling y'all that. If they mention a lawsuit, family, don't you think the Sambos will be playing the video clip of this? We see Officer Tatum running with this narrative. We see Pochop running with this narrative. And to my new subscribers, Pochop is Jason Whitlock, by the way. All of these people is butthurt about Benjamin Crump. Everybody got they panties in the water about Benjamin Crump. Nobody has mentioned a lawsuit, family, but them. This is slander. All they concerned with is, I just hope the family don't get no money. No, they gonna get some money. Whether it's about a lawsuit or from us. There's nothing you can do about that.
Unless they're on some level, I would hate to believe that this family is this naive to think and believe that Al Sharpton and Ben Crump really care about them.
Do you care about them? You don't care about them, man. Because you did a 23-minute video and not talked about the case not one time. You just said that I got some questionable, I see some red flags, but I don't want to say nothing about the white boys, but I'm going to just wait for the facts. I'm going to just wait for the autopsy. No, what you're doing is you're running away from the obvious. Those 3 white boys that you refused to hold. You know damn well not to hold those white boys accountable. Because you know that audience over there will turn on you because you don't have supporters. See, Miss Chapman, your supporters should be able to just disagree with you. Why they got to call you out your name if you get out of line over there? Why those people over there on Officer Tater Top platform calling him out his name, calling his wife out her name? All because he said something that they disagree with. Because he got off code, he got out of line, and they spanked his ass back in line. So now he on a black fatigue rant right now. And you know, it's obvious what this case is about, man.
Be that naive. I don't know. Maybe they're Democrats who don't know any better. But here's what I do know. I know enough about Ben Crump and Al Sharpton to know that if they're anywhere near this, something ain't right. And there's a payday at the end of the rainbow. And getting to the truth is not the goal.
She love talking about money, man.
The process and the exploitation of this story, that is where the money is. They're going to raise money off of this. And please believe those 2-bit race hustling Negroes are going to get a payday.
What you doing?
And unfortunately, that is going to cloud the investigation and the ability to get to the truth, because the pro-wokety woke blackety black crowd, they don't care about that. All they want to do is exploit this for selfish gain. So I'm curious to know, what do you guys think?
So you guys heard it. You guys heard it. This whole video clip was about bashing Nolan Wells' family, questioning their motive, right? Questioning their motive. Questioning Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton motive. Worrying about losing her mind about this imaginary payday that nobody have even spoke on. But they already jump into the forefront, hoping that these people don't sue nobody. Because my question is, why does a lawsuit bother y'all so much? Why is it a problem that the family is seeking justice, even if it wind up being a civil suit? Why? Talking points. False narratives, outdated stereotypes. Because she said that white people ain't worrying about us. We ain't gotta be, they not looking over the shoulder of this white man. Ma'am, I seen your comment section. This is exactly what they want to hear. They want this family to be drained out independently. They want them suffering, but it's not happening. Y'all have twisted this case to make it about Benjamin Crump because y'all butthurt about him. Y'all changed the narrative of the story and making this about the parents because y'all butthurt about Benjamin Crump. Y'all don't want to hold those 3 white boys accountable, but it's too late for that. It's too late for that, family. Yeah, she cooked up. I hope you learned your lesson on this video, Miss April Chapman. You're very dumb. But I want to go over here to Al Sharpton. And I want you guys to listen to Al Sharpton. And y'all heard what April Chapman had to say. And I just want you guys to listen. Did Al Sharpton mention anything about a lawsuit?
There are those that are so full of hate that they would send hate messages to the house of these parents. Mm-hmm. They sent one that Christine shared with Attorney Crump and I, and it accused her and Elmer of just stirring trouble and accused the lawyers, Attorney Crump and I, or they just want money. First of all, I don't get any money in any of what we do.
You heard that, April Chapman? He said he's not getting any money. So let's clear up that narrative.
Most of the cases that you have seen us do, we help to pay the funerals and all of that, and never ask for a dime back, even if they got settlements. But since Mississippi's so special, I'm not only saying we don't want nothing. I want to say right here now, and I'm inspired by who accused us of that.
April Chapman.
That I want to put up from National Action Network and me. I want to offer a reward of $50,000 to anybody
Salute for that. Salute for that. Yes, indeed. Are you listening, April Chapman? Are you listening?
I want to put a reward up for $50,000 for anybody that could give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case of what happened. He was not on that island by himself.
Facts.
Somebody saw something and knows something. So I didn't come to make money. I came to give money. Stand up and tell the truth. Whatever it is, good or bad, we're not going to prejudge it. But we cannot end it until we know all the facts. So all you got to do is reach out to Attorney Crump's office, and National Action Network could do that if it leads to an arrest and conviction. And I guarantee you'll have it before the sun goes down. I want to thank Tyler Perry, who has paid for the funeral.
Man, shout out to Tyler Perry for paying for the funeral, bro. And he also putting up $100,000 for anybody that got any type of evidence about this case, man. Shout out to them, bro. This is why they mad. This is why they mad.
We didn't call him. He called me and said, I want to pay for that. I want to thank Byron Allen and others that have contributed, some that don't even want their name called. I was thinking as a scripture in Genesis, the 4th chapter, that passage that starts at the 2nd verse said, and again she bore his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain a worker of the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought unto the Lord an offering of fruit of the ground. And Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock, and their fat portions. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering. But for Cain and his offering he had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his face fell. The Lord said to Cain, why art thou angry? And why has your face fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is contrary to you, but you must rule over it. Cain spoke to Abel, his brother. And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother.
Yeah, shout out to Tyler Perry, man. Tyler
and
Perry
killed
stepped
him.
up. Shout out to Tyler Perry. Shout out to Colin Kaepernick for paying for the independent autopsy, standing up for the family, making these haters mad, making these Sambos lose their fucking mind.
Then the Lord said to Cain, where is Abel, your brother? And he said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And the Lord said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying to me from the ground.
Get the likes up,
May
family.
God
Smash
add a
that like
blessing
button. Subscribe to the
reading
channel.
of his
Become a
word.
channel member so you can support the work we got going on over here. Thank you guys for being with me on this evening. Let's go, family. Let's get the likes up.
The story of what we have faced in America is a question that started in the first book of the Bible with the first siblings. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? Or will we, out of some emotions,
Yeah, the trolls
some
love it over
anger,
here.
some jealousy, some
Shout out to the
envy,
trolls.
maybe some bigotry, decide rather than deal with building up the beauty that God put in us, that we will harm our brother?
And y'all think about this, family. Those 3 white boys are not at this funeral. Judge Ashley Cole, that made a whole Facebook status, was not at this funeral.
And that we will harm our sister, and through some malice try to hide it. But the Bible says that the victim's blood cried from the ground. I hear this morning Nolan's blood crying from the ground. Am I my brother's keeper? Or am I the keeper of some secret? Some information that you could give and won't stand up. But the blood's going to haunt you. Those in law enforcement, your job is to follow the oath, not to follow the preference of what goes down. There are those that want me to condemn people before we know whether they're right or wrong. Now, yes, there's some questions around this.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're not condemning nobody. We can do that. We'll do that. The public will do that. But I want them to just focus on Nolan, and that's why everybody mad, because they are focused on Nolan. They haven't mentioned no money. The first time you heard money from Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump is right here at the funeral, saying that he's offering $50,000. He said he's not getting money; he's spending money. Tyler Perry is spending money. Colin Kaepernick is spending money. Nobody's talking about receiving money at all. But everybody want to run with this narrative about a goddamn lawsuit that nobody talked about. This imaginary lawsuit. They trying to distract us, but it won't work.
And this is not a rally. This is a praise and worship service. And we'll deal with those questions. But, it is interesting. I exercise every morning. I tore something in my knee about 2 weeks ago. And they told me when they did the x-ray, Reverend, that I had torn my meniscus. And I had to go to get some surgery. And they said when I went to get surgery, they said, well, wait a minute, your doctor has to give us your history so we don't get the wrong thing to deal with your surgery. So the medication you may have and the what you have to do to recoup and the exercise you have, we got to base that on your medical history. Well, the reason why what's happened to Nolan under unquestioned, unanswered questions, gone, phone and keys found 2 days later.
Right.
You don't tell nobody you had the phone or the keys.
They think we stupid.
When you confronted, you first tell another story.
Yep.
Then when they finally get the phone and the keys, there are things erased from the phone. There's just too many unanswered questions. Somebody saying that he told us he was leaving the island. So I don't know an 18-year-old person black, white, or undecided, that gives somebody their phone.
Exactly.
I'm a lot older than 18. I wouldn't trust Crump with my phone.
Yeah, the reward is up to 100,000. Tyler Perry is matching the 50,000, so the reward is 100K.
So we just raising the questions. Where is my brother? He went out with y'all. He came back not with the where is my brother?
Exactly.
And because of the background, like they asked me before they give me surgery, they went to my medical history. So the reason why a lot of people in the nation are looking at this Nolan situation is that we've looked at history in Mississippi. Some of us remember what happened in Mississippi. And because of what happened in Mississippi, doesn't mean it's guilty today, but before we can medicate and heal today, we got to look at your history.
Mm-hmm.
Because history will decide, can you handle the medication? I look back into history, and I noticed that Emmett Till happened here. All the way to Medgar Evers happened here. Based on the history, we got to be able to dig deep. We can't have people in law enforcement saying there was no foul play before an investigation.
Exactly. That's where they
we got to look at the
at.
history.
And that's where they fucked up at. Everybody is out here saying that it was no foul play before the investigation. You got people out here, especially the Sambo class, right? Out here talking about, oh, he drowned. You got Ringo TV out here talking about, oh, he drowned. No evidence of drowning. Out here talking about no foul play without no investigation, no facts, no autopsy, no nothing. But we already know that the state is waiting around until the family release their independent autopsy, right? But rest in peace to Nolan. And I wonder, did they see the body? Or his body's still in Washington? Did they have like a funeral without the body, family? That's what I want to know. Did they? Because I'm pretty sure they can see the body if it's in the casket. Oh, I don't know. You guys let me know what y'all think. I don't know. Because I know they still doing the autopsy, so I'm thinking his body's still in Washington and they just having a funeral. I don't know how they work. But may Nolan rest in peace. Rest on, brother. We got it from here. We will make sure that you receive justice. We have the loudest voices in the room. These people is mad at us, family. I show you guys every day the work that y'all putting in every day, the work that we putting in every single day. They see us. They're not going to acknowledge us just yet, but we're going to smoke them out to the point where they're going to call us out by name. Yeah, April Chapman, good luck with your channel over there. Those tired, dead talking points. It's outdated, love. It's laughable. It's comical at this point. I predicted everything that you was going to say. I predict everything you Sambos is going to say. We see it coming from a mile away. I told you guys. The black elites, we are 10 steps ahead of you. We stand 10 toes down about our people. We boots on the ground. We are vocal. We are loud. And we are radical. We are seeking justice. And if it comes to it, we are seeking financial justice as well. So I'm not leaving none of it at the table. Because I told you guys, I am B Rabbit off 8 Mile. All these narratives that they running with, like April Chapman just did. Y'all seek them. I'm thinking y'all want some money. Yes, I want some money. Yes, the money. Yeah, that too. You're going to pay for what y'all did. You're going to pay for all the lies that the medical examiner did to all those black victims. Y'all are going to pay. Absolutely. Just like y'all pay those white people. I don't know why they keep dismissing it. Nobody even mentioned. Think about how sick these people is, family. These people are so sick. They keep bringing up a lawsuit. Nobody mentioned a lawsuit. They bringing up money. Nobody talked about money. This is the first time that somebody even talked about money, and they talking about giving away money. $100K. 50 from Al Sharpton, 50 from Tyler Perry. They want justice. That is what we focus on, Miss Chapman. You focus on the wrong thing. Look at what we focus on. We focus on justice. We spending money to get justice. You over there running your fucking mouth about nothing. Because you don't want black people to get justice. Because them people over there on your platform don't want to see black people get justice. It don't fit your narrative over there. So the only thing you can do is attack. But we're going to keep focused on Nolan Wells. May he rest in peace. It's sad what happened to him, but we're going to stay strong for our brother. I'm focused on Nolan Wells. I'm angry. I'm emotional about our brother. But we're going to stay strong. We're going to keep fighting. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. I appreciate everybody that contributed to the platform. Thank you so much. To all my channel members, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. To the chat, thank you so much. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out for the family every day. I appreciate you guys. Your voice are important. The work that we do over here, family, is not going unnoticed. We control the narrative. And they are upset that they don't control the narrative anymore. April Chapman, those black on black crime statistics, that Chicago shit don't work anymore. It don't move the needle anymore like it used to. Sorry, we are too strong. We are too powerful. We are coming for y'all financially. Yes, a lawsuit is coming. And we coming for y'all criminally. So be prepared. We are coming at every angle possibly. We are not ruling out a lawsuit. So I don't know if that's a gotcha, but you can run with that. But salute to the family, salute to the team. Thank you guys so much for being with me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for your overwhelming support. For our people, guys, we have to be on code. We have to stick together. This is how we grow and get powerful. This unity that we got, we not even, think about this, family. We're not distracted. We're not distracted. We focus. We are talking about exactly what needs to be said. We are calling out the individuals that need to be called out. But we are talking about the topics that need to be discussed. Anything else is irrelevant to us. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. While you guys heading on out, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to Negros coming in with the $5 super chat. The chatter is right. Only FBA fighting for Nolan. Where's the Latinos at? Exactly. They don't fight like we fight, bro. We are the real warriors. So I don't expect nobody else to fight the fight like we do. I'm not even thinking about them. I'm not even focused on them. I'm worried about us. I'm worried about you guys showing up every day, being vocal in the chat. We all we need, family. We don't need no outside help. They are a distraction because we are the true soldiers. We are the true warriors. We don't need no help. Let them sit on the sideline and we can show them how to get done, how to get shit done. We are the real riders. Yes, the current wealth transfer boycott is going strong. Salute. Facts. The wealth transfer is activated. Shout out to black media. Shout out to the black content creators. Keep doing the good work. Shout out to the black businesses owners out there that's doing good work. Thank you guys so much for what y'all doing. We coming for y'all in every way possible. They trying to limit us, family. They want to limit us